Well, well, well. Look what we got here. Hello and welcome to the LootCave once again. Just give me just a second while I get all situated here. Okay. Alright. Now for the main event. Boom. Nope. We're going. Alright. Before we really get into the nitty gritty tonight, figure I'd take this moment to discuss about this past week. For those who care and want to know, the reason why I have not streamed all week this week was because my children got me sick with the flu. So, yeah, that fucking sucked. But I am better now. We're back on the grind. I'm ready to do this. So, yes, I am a day late on TWAB. So, but that is what we're going to discuss. Kind of the beginning topic for tonight. So, that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and get everybody set up here. All right. If this is your first time, this is the LootCave podcast. Basically, this is where ordinary people like yourself could either listen, or you could hop into my Discord, which link is in the description, and be able to conversate or express your opinions and not be subjugated to only be able to limited, I would say, only be limited to a certain amount of characters that you can if we decide to have a debate. So, all right. I see Professor is up in here. Let's go ahead. No, go away. The fuck you doing? What is this? No, I don't want to see more. Get off my screen. Thank you. Okay. My computer just started freaking out. What the hell? With all the pop-ups. Alright. Since Professor is in here raising his hand, we'll go ahead and invite him. Alright. Professor, if you can hear me, you are not live. Oh, there it is. He was AFK. Oh, there he is. Ah, there he is. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and bring Big Nate in as well. All right. Yes. Let me make sure you, let's see. What do you... Yeah. All right. Actually, just give me just a second. Actually, let me just check something here. Let's see. Properties. Okay. Because it seems like the audio from the Discord is not picking up. I'm not seeing my little bar moving. So everything that you guys say cannot be heard in the stream. I don't think. Okay. Because I may have to try something. Okay. So we're going to try this. Let me... Okay, we're gonna put this over here. See if I change this. Nope, that's something else. One of you guys say something. Nope. Nope.
Alright, I switched to my my computer.
There you
I can
go.
barely hear you on my phone.
I got it. Okay. Yeah. Alright, let's test this one more. I got a meter going while you guys talk, so. Not if you guys want to test it on stream to make sure. Sometimes.
Oh yeah, it's coming through on stream.
It's coming through on stream. Hell yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Sometimes shit like this tries to creep up on me. Like when I tried it, just to see if I'm paying attention. I swear. So okay, so we got audio. It's a good thing I checked that, because we could have gone the entire show and nobody would have heard y'all. You just heard me, blabbing off with the mouth. And everybody be like, what the fuck? We can't even hear what the
Everybody
other
just
guys
would
are
have thought
saying.
you were crazy, dog.
No, because they would be able to visually see that there's some activity going on in the Discord. So, but anyways, since this is Big Nate's first time here, I figure we can actually go over last week's TWAB first, to kind of, so that he could kind of put his 2 cents in, and then we could talk about yesterday's. So we're going to kind of loop the two together.
About me?
So Nate, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, let me I'm going to just kind of, since we already did a stream over this last week, I'm just going to kind of hit like bulletin points.
All right.
So it was obviously it was Bungie's first TWAB of the year, so let's see. First of all, they stated, let's see.
Not a whole lot going on in last week's TWAB. A lot more going on in this week's.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, artifact mods. They won't, you won't be limited on which ones you can pick. You can literally actually unlock all the mods within the artifact.
All 25.
Yes, all 25 will be unlocked.
That's nice.
They're making a change to how masterworking weapons work. Basically, that was like, let's say a fully masterwork piece of legendary armor could be changed to another energy type for the cost of 10,000 glimmer and 1 upgrade module. So basically, you can actually change the energy type so that it's like, it doesn't cost you an arm and a leg like it does right now.
Yeah, the way it currently works is you need all of the upgrade materials to basically fully masterwork another legendary piece of armor to switch the shit over.
And I think it's still going to be the same, like all the way up, like how to get it to masterworked, like how it is currently. But once you get that piece masterworked, it won't cost you an arm and a leg to change the energy type. If I understood that correctly.
Yeah, 10,000 in an upgrade module for legendaries and 20,000 in an upgrade module for exotics.
Yes. They're also going to be making a change to orb creation for orbs of power. Basically, instead of fully masterworking your weapon, it's actually going to become a mod that's going to be on your headpiece. And you're going to slot that in as a mod.
I'm not a huge fan of that change.
That's now.
Let's hear some more about that. Why are you not such a huge fan of that?
Well, so first of all, that's where ammo finder mods are. So if I have to sacrifice an ammo finder, which I probably wouldn't do, then that takes up like space for the orbs. So if I want to keep my finder mods on, then I won't be able to make orbs with legendary weapons, right? Because that's what it's supposed to be on.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I don't know,
but it's not just your legendary weapons. So it's like it'll be a mod, and this mod makes your auto rifles create orbs, and that's all the auto rifles in the game. That's your exotics, that's your legendaries. It's no longer tied to catalyst and masterwork anymore. It's this mod makes all of this weapon type create orbs.
I mean, yeah, that's nice, but like, still it's got to take up a slot, for one of the finder mods. So
well, here's the thing. When it comes to that, like me and Professor here, we're diabetically mad. We had this discussion last week where basically, yes, we agree that if they did it within the current system that is present, then yes, it would suck. But Bungie or other employees of Bungie that are creating or working on the game also said that there's more to the story that we don't know yet. So we have to wait to see what they tell us, because as far as we know, they could be just throwing in another slot that's just for that specific. We don't know yet. But a lot of people are speculating off of what we have currently now.
Yeah. Well, I definitely
do you have to choose from ammo finder or orbs of light? Like where I don't see that working out. Plus,
I don't know, because on the ammo finder part, like, yeah, ammo finder's cool, is like, it's good and all, but especially since they nerfed super regions, how long it takes me fucking 12 minutes to get my well up with 50 intellect. Pretty ridiculous. Yeah. I just want to say, like, that really took me by surprise. But having a mod that makes it where my auto rifle, any auto rifle in the game I use, like 200 glimmer or something to slot it into my helmet, and literally a 2-cost armor, a 2-cost mod on my warlock bond, and I can be generating orbs, finishing enemies, and making special ammo.
I just personally, I don't think it's worth a finder mod. And then as well with that is it basically gets rid of the point of having a catalyst for any of the exotic weapons as well. So it's
they're giving you an option so that you don't have to have a catalyst in order to do it, and it also covers your legendary weapons as well.
I don't see that as necessarily true, because the point of a catalyst isn't, at least for most of the weapons in Destiny, the point of the catalyst isn't, oh, now it makes orbs. It's, now it has another perk that makes it do its job better.
Yeah,
you take like Graviton Lance, and Graviton Lance's catalyst isn't necessarily about Graviton Lance making orbs. It's about giving Graviton Lance another perk that makes it add clear better.
Yeah. That's a good point.
And actually, that's kind of how I talked about it last time when Arma and I talked about it is I think if you're looking at the masterwork on your weapons and the catalyst on your exotics as, oh, now my weapon can make orbs of light, you're kind of looking at the wrong aspect of it, because the whole point of a masterwork isn't necessarily supposed to be that now your hand cannon can make orbs of light. It's now your hand cannon has like plus 20 range on it, or you know, stability or handling or whatever. It's that stat bonus that is supposed to be making your weapon better when it comes to masterworking a weapon. Or
combination of both is what you're talking about.
Yeah, like of course having a weapon that makes orbs of light, like that's a good added bonus, but the way I look at it, you know, the real bonus that I'm getting from masterworking my weapon is that, you know, plus 20 range or plus 20 stability that I'm getting from putting the, you know, fully masterworking it.
Or it gives you the and like extra perks.
Yeah,
you know, where it gives you more damage or something, like what we've seen with like Worm, or right now like Gallowhorn.
Yeah. You know, it's the catalyst is about having the catalyst on exotics is more about having a perk or having a stat that increases the viability of the exotic. And I think that's what they're trying to lean more towards, is like, because that's how, the way that you're saying it is how a lot of people are looking at it, Nate, is, you know, get the catalyst done or get your weapon masterworked so it can make orbs of light. And they're just,
well, I guess if you're
like, bypassing the other.
Well, I could see the reason why, because if you think about it, like, people lean on that if that's what their build asks for. So let's, you know, like if you're running a Charge of Light build, you want to try to be able to produce as much orbs of light or orbs of power as often as possible, so that you could get that stacks of Charge of Light depending on what kind of build you're running. So, I mean, I can understand why people look at it that way, instead of just being basically on stats.
I don't know. It seems like Bungie's really trying to shift Destiny to a much more slower paced game, though.
Do you find that as a bad thing or a good thing?
I think as of right now, it's just a thing, and right now it seems kind of bad, but we won't really know until it's at the culmination of these changes that they're making, because it's not like they're making all of the changes that are making the game into what they want it to be all at the same time. They're giving it to us little by little, and the first big step in slowing down the pace of the game was increasing the time it takes for you to get your super.
Right.
And well, I don't know if they don't add a better way to get ammo, if they don't add, you know, an extra slot to have this, you know, like orb generating mod on your helmet, then right. I think, yeah, it's gonna be a choice between ammo finder or making orbs. But I think at that point that brings, you know, like a double primary system, like more, it makes double primaries a little bit more viable at that point.
Right. Well, Nate, if you have any other final thoughts, because I want to be able to move on, since I mean we did talk about this last week, and I figure we move on to the next subject.
Did they ever reveal how much energy it would cost, or
no? They have not.
Okay.
They have not disclosed how much or how just yet. That's the reason why, like, you know, when it comes to like the mod selection, do I choose one or the other? Well, we don't know if that's how it's going to be set up in the end, whenever Witch Queen does come. Bungie hasn't stated exactly.
Yeah.
They just let us know about it. They kind of threw some bait at us so we can fight over it and everything. But then they're going to give us the rest of the meal later.
Okay.
So, but if you have any other thoughts or questions.
No, that was kind of the main thing I was.
Okay.
Pointing out.
I guess we'll go ahead and I guess we could start talking about this week's TWAB. Let's see.
It's interesting stuff.
Yes. Basically, first they start off with about blue drops. So basically it says this week we'll be talking about power, blue drops, gunsmith reputation, some shifts to exotic sources, and more. And then next week is going to be about Vanguard, Gambit rework, weapon crafting, and Void 3.0. But not necessarily in that order.
Yeah, over the next few TWABs.
Yeah.
That's what they're gonna talk about.
Like, well, I thought they were going to talk about weapon crafting this TWAB, but that's not the case.
I think weapon crafting is probably a week or two away.
Yeah, and that's going to be it's going to be the
3.0.
most spicy topic. I guarantee it. It's going to be the spiciest. I'm calling it now.
I want to see Void 3.0. I just want to see Lance Nova back. That's all I need.
Hell yeah.
I'm nervous about the gunsmith changes because I have 7,500.
Well, you need to spend them. Basically, you need to spend them because they're basically going away. And mods, like weapon mods, you know, like where you can use to get the the different mods that you could equip to your equipment, but you have to use like these module components to be able to buy them. Those are all going out. Those are going away.
The mod components to buy the mods right now. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like if you have anything that you can use towards Banshee, spend them before Witchcoin.
Yeah. Gunsmith weapon telemetries.
So now we're going to talk about the power cap, and basically everybody's going to start out at 1350 everything. So let's say like a new player starts, they're not going to start like how they are currently, where they'll be like at 1100 and then they have to build up. Everybody starts at 1350 at the beginning of Witchcoin.
Just want to say that's exactly what I said they were going to do a few streams back. So basically it says, just to kind of skim over it, it says starting on February 22nd, power floor will be updated to 1350. Any player who signs in will be at approximate power levels to start the Witch Queen campaign. So basically you could just start the Witch Queen right away, even if they've taken a recent break from the game. So through general gameplay, players can reach the soft cap of 1500 by earning general gear through the activity completions, chest, and more. This includes rare and legendary drops. Once reaching the soft cap, players will need to earn powerful drops from vendor challenges and other objectives in the game. Once reaching the power cap of 1550, the only upgrades that players will find are from in-game activities that offer pinnacle rewards. Your final stretch to the hard cap of 1560 will be through raids, Trials of Osiris, Iron Banner, and other in-game PvE sources. So there's going to be like, we're sitting at 1350 and it's going to spike, and I think that's how it's going to be throughout the entire year, right? You still with me? So you know how like each season they would get, like bump it up a little, then the next season they bump it up more. Well, throughout you could literally go, I would assume you could literally just mow right to 1560 like within the first season, I guess, if I'm reading that correctly. It seems pretty likely, but I think it's still gonna be that, you know, new season releases, light level goes up by like 10, like it has been doing this past year. You know, every season the hard cap goes up by like another 10.
Well, currently yes now, but I don't think it's going to be like that anymore once Witch Queen gets here. I think it's going to actually be they're going to have it where it's stretched up to 1560 all the way to the end, basically.
I don't know. I don't know, man. That's possible. That's possible. I don't know. I guess that's something we'll just have to see on.
Right.
So is the hard cap now at 1330? I don't really understand this very well.
What do you mean?
The
hard cap now
right now
is like 13. I think it's like 1330 or 1350. I believe it's 1350.
I think it's 1350. Like that's the
Yeah,
hard
'cause
cap.
I got
That's the max you can get without your artifact. Your gear can only be 1350.
Yeah, because I got well, no, it's 1330
1330. It's
because
2013.
once I got all my gear up to 1330, that's when I got the achievement.
Then it's 1330 right now.
Yeah. Which right now I'm sitting like at 1350, 1351, somewhere around there, but that's just because of my artifact boosting.
And
let's
so
see.
why do you think like this is a big change in the hard cap exactly?
Well, because
I guess.
like this past year basically, they made the change where you didn't have to drastically go up so much in a given season. You know, like it used to be like you had to grind up to like 40, 50 light levels. And then they changed it this year or this past year to be like only really up by 10, 15, 20, somewhere right. I think it was only by 10. So they didn't move the goalpost as much. But now they've like threw it down the field and it's like, go get it. You got all year to do it.
That's exactly, but I mean, that's what they did when they dropped Forsaken. The light cap went up by a ton. Your max
Isn't that
light
when they
level went
first
up by a
started doing
ton.
that? Isn't that
And
that's when they
then-
first started doing
And
that?
then when, what was it? Shadowkeep that dropped next. Shadowkeep dropped.
Yeah.
Our light level, you know, our max cap went up by a ton. Beyond Light dropped. Our max cap went up by a ton. Our floor went up by a ton. It's
Mhm.
just, it's an arbitrary number. It's just they're making the numbers bigger because they could just as easily, like the floor right now is 1100. They could easily just reset everybody's number back down to 1100 and oh, now you got to grind back up to 1330 again.
Well, I
But
kind of
then-
wonder if they got rid of the light level altogether.
And it's just an arbitrary number is all it is. They're just
yeah.
increasing what those numbers are. It's just an arbitrary number.
Okay. I guess I should point out to you because I didn't really say this, but I never played Destiny 1 and I only played Destiny 2 up until basically Beyond Light and then didn't play for a year and like 3 months.
Yeah, we had this discussion before, so yeah, it's kind of we're trying to like kind of fill in, you know, some of those blanks, but I guess the next topic is about blues, saying beginning in the Witch Queen, blue rare rewards will stop dropping for playlist activities, Crucible, Strikes, Gambit, etc. once players have reached the soft cap. So once you reach the soft cap, you're not going to be receiving blues in your rewards in those specific activities.
As much.
No, it says at all. It says will
just
stop
you
dropping
won't get them,
for those specific
won't.
activities.
You won't get them from playlist activities. They'll still drop from
Yes.
enemies and chests, but
Yes.
the actual playlist rewards, you won't get them.
Yeah, like Crucible, Strikes, and Gambit. Those during those play, like while you're playing those, once you hit that soft cap, you're not getting any more blues. But you will still receive blues here and there. It's not like they're just going to completely stop. But let's see. It says also players above the soft cap 1500 power in the Witch Queen will instead see slightly increased chances at receiving legendary rewards from these activities, or a small amount of legendary shards. So that's basically what's going to be the difference. But it says blue weapons and armors will continue to drop from enemies and chests while playing Destiny 2, but we hope that this will reduce the need for players to manage their inventories and reduce the frequency of visiting the postmaster when running playlist activities.
I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't mind that if they were going to keep Banshee the same. Because, like, that's why I have so much, is because they don't ever keep any of the blues. And I mean, I get rid of some legendaries as well. But that's why
another
I have so
thing.
much
It doesn't really state, like, what blues you do get, and when you break them down, what does it give you? Since the materials are going away, what is it going to give you?
All right, so I read a little bit ahead on this. Like I said, I was kind of skimming through it. Banshee's reputation system, instead of being dictated by turning in just ridiculously large amounts of gunsmith materials, since
like the
those are
token
going
system.
away, it's not going to be a token system.
No,
goes
it's
up
like the
by your reputation with Banshee goes up as you dismantle weapons and armor. And you get more progress for dismantling legendaries and even more progress for dismantling exotics.
Okay,
yeah. Okay.
I like that change. That sounds pretty good. Definitely, especially about the power cap. I'm excited for that. That sounds fun.
And they also state mod components will be removed from the game starting on Witch Queen.
That's
so
solid, honestly. I'm happy.
So mod components to purchase will only cost 10,000 glimmer each. Furthermore, as part of the update, we are increasing the number of mods available on each vendor at a single time from 2 to 4. So they're going to have more mods that you could choose from.
That's
Basically,
nice.
most of the mods that we've seen already come past. Like if you missed out, like I know I still got a few mods that I haven't received yet. So it's a good thing that keeping that.
I've got a ton of mods that I never, just swung by and picked up like I should have.
I think I beat you guys in that department. That's all.
Also, Raul is taking over Spider's job, basically, for like all the material exchange. And all the amounts will stay the same.
And he's also taking over enhancement prisms and SNet shards.
Yeah, from Banshee and 801. So basically, he's taken more than just Spider's job.
So will Banshee and Ada still sell upgrade modules then? Or do those go somewhere else now?
I believe so.
It's not specifically stated, so I would imagine they might still sell them. If not, then they would be at Rahul, I suppose.
Okay.
And they also go over the Dead Man's Tale, Hawk Moon. You're not going to be able to play those missions once Witch Queen gets here.
I don't know if you hit on this real quick with Master Rahul. He will also be able to decrypt your umbrals.
Oh,
so
yeah.
You don't have to hop back and forth. Rahul will be able to just take your umbrals and slurp them open for you.
That's right. So that way you don't have to go back and forth from the helm. But if you still want to focus certain weapons, then you still have to go to the helm for that.
Yeah, but if you just want them out of your fucking inventory, you can just go to Rahul and be like, open this. All of them, please.
And also they already announced on March 5th, 2022 at 10 a.m. Pacific, there will be the new raid.
Yeah, probably won't be here for that.
So
I wonder if there'll be a problem with that for like loading times, if there's going to be a lot of people wanting to go in.
Oh, probably.
Day one when Witch Queen gets here, oh yeah, we're going to be in queue times and shit
I
like that.
guarantee
every
it.
time. Every
I I guarantee there is gonna be a lot of server issues on the first few days.
Oh
If
yes.
it's on the weekend, staying up all day, getting the first in line.
Yeah, it'll take a while, definitely. I'm actually going to take that day off so I can try to get in. But yeah, that's day one of
I'm
Witch
not
Queen
even
is
gonna-
definitely going to be crazy.
I probably won't even be there for day one either.
I'll send you a text message to let you know how it's going. Like, oh, you're missing out.
I'm gonna make my fiance play it for me.
Well, I already told you, like, if she wants to either play on your account or she could set up a
She's got an
her
account
own
too.
account. Yeah, if she wants to set up her own account, just let me know and I could bring her into the clan as well. That way she could get all the extra loot. Show her
Mhm.
the ropes.
Ooh,
But,
that's a really good change.
What?
The exotic catalysts that they are finally moving to playlist activities, including Outbreak, Whisper, and Fourth Horseman.
Yep.
Thank the Lord. I have had an incomplete Outbreak and Whisper and Fourth Horseman
Really?
for ages. Yes, I never
Wow.
got them done before they got removed from the game.
Well, I already
I've
got
had
Outbreak and I never did
I've
the
had-
completion.
I've had incomplete catalysts for them for
Oh.
ages.
What
Yeah.
what is Outbreak? I don't think I've ever heard of that one.
It's the pulse rifle. It's actually really, really good.
Primary DPS king.
Yeah.
I don't think I've
basically.
ever seen or heard of that.
It's a really cool exotic. It's a really neat exotic.
It's not offered in the Monument of Light, is it?
It is, I believe. Maybe it might not be because it was.
What year was it?
Oh shit. When was that?
Oh,
I'm pretty sure that was Forsaken. I'm pretty sure that was Forsaken time.
You said it's Outbreak Perfected?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's year one. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
It's not.
Was it Forsaken? Yeah.
I'm
It's year
pretty-
one. It's year one.
No, it's a year one D1 exotic. It's not a year one D2 exotic.
No. We didn't have that in year one.
Oh, well, that's where
Actually-
it is in the Monument of Light. So
We really didn't have a whole lot of.
Is it really there in the Monument of Light under year one? It was not a year one
It's
exotic.
under Red War Exotics.
It's,
Released in year one.
it's not.
Oh my goodness.
That one up a little bit. It's not a year one exotic. I'm pretty sure it was Forsaken.
What's the one? I think I know this pulse rifle. I get killed by this quite a bit.
It's a pretty solid pulse rifle.
Welcome, Lika. I see you. You're sitting in the audience.
Yeah.
But other than that, that's basically kind of sums up, major topics of the TWAB. So,
Quick clarification before we go right there at the bottom. Iron Banner bounties are not going to be removed at the end of the season. But
yeah.
come Witch Queen, they are not going to drop you pinnacle gear. They will drop 1350 gear. Good change in my
Alright,
opinion.
Lika.
Well, so I
Yeah.
wonder so do you think it's worth it then to do you think it's worth it then to save the Iron Banner bounties?
Not really.
No,
Not to be.
because-
It's only going to drop you 1350. That's it.
The only reason at that point that you would keep the Iron Banner bounties is for the sheer amount of XP they give you. If you're trying to get your
Yeah.
battle pass, leveled up super quick, or you're trying to really get some fucking levels in the battle pass, that's the only reason I would say to keep them. Because the gear that you get from them is gonna be useless.
Yeah, because they just raise it to 1350 anyway. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that it's basically XP. I would hold on
It's
to
really
them,
not
but-
hard to get through the pass anyway. But it'd be nice for a little XP boost though.
Yeah, especially on top of like your weekly reset, where you get like extra XP just because you logged in at the beginning of the reset week.
So,
And
like,
then if
all
you're in
that-
a fire team, you can get more XP with that if you pop your bounties.
Yeah. I
You
don't
stab
see it as being
booms.
worth it. But I've never seen it as really being worth it to, you know,
Horde.
say it's hold the Iron Banner bounties and stuff. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like,
I think we had this discussion a few weeks ago, didn't we?
it's possible because so what you do is you grind up and you save all these Iron Banner bounties. All of the Iron Banner bounties that you did for the entire season, right?
Right.
And then it comes to the new season or the new DLC, and you turn all of those Iron Banner, like, and especially when it's going into a new DLC, you turn all of those Iron Banner bounties in. They drop, you know, a good chunk above your light level, but it still doesn't take you all the way up to the soft cap.
Right. Lico
so you're
says
still gonna get blue stuff that is dropping at a higher light level.
Lico says if I may, I have many god rolls of the current weapons from Iron Banner. The only reason I'm keeping mine is for XP and the new Iron Banner weapons. The ability to get the new weapons in the first day of the new season of Iron Banner. So I guess that
I
works
could
that
see
way.
it. I could see it. I mean, if that's how the Iron Banner bounties have been coded and continue to be coded, if they don't change any of the pertinent code that, you know, messes with that, like, yeah, I could see it. That's a perfectly reasonable excuse to hoard the bounties.
I didn't. I honestly, I didn't think that was a thing until like they wouldn't release. You wouldn't be able to obtain any of the new weapons until the next one comes around, and then they'll start
could've
releasing
sworn-
those weapons and armor.
I could have sworn that they had changed it, and the Iron Banner bounties don't do that. But hey, what the hell do I know?
I also thought in there they said that they were going to be able to keep some of the other vendor daily bounties. It depended on the bounty that was offered. I don't know if that's right or not, but
Maybe.
watching a video, that's what it was explaining this.
Right.
Seasonal bounties from Hunt, Chosen, Splicer, and Lost will be removed at the end of the season. Tangled Shore is going away because all the bounties from Tangled Shore will be getting removed at the end of the season.
Yep.
Some daily bounties from general activities or destinations may be removed depending on object or reward balancing on a per bounty basis. So they're
And here-
rebalancing how the bounties reward XP and stuff. Is what it sounds like.
Let's see. The hero is here has said they have approved that Saladin isn't going to have a change like Shax and the gunsmith. Ooh. So we're not going to see like the same rework like what we've seen with the other vendors.
A
with
similar
the
reputation
Saladin.
system. That kind of
guess.
makes sense. That kind of makes sense though to not have him on a similar reputation system, to keep him on the token
But I
based
kind of like the
system.
idea if they do that. You know, like maybe get like some of the weapons like from older seasons or you know
I don't
in the
know, but-
past that you can obtain.
But
maybe.
so if you look at like Zavala and Shax though, right, and how their reputation system works, and even the Drifter now as well, the only thing that really drops from them aside from the upgrade materials, the cosmetics, and the ritual weapon for each activity is, you know, like that's really all there is in there is like the ritual weapon. But like when a new Iron Banner season drops, you have an entire set of armor, 2 to 3 new weapons, whatever shaders. So then you're looking at, or if you did a reputation system with him, there's so many things that you can earn that there would be so many levels of reputation you would have to hit with them that they would have to like, it's basically coding an entire new system for him and completely changing the UI. You know, I think it would be a big hassle. I think keeping him on the token based system is just the way to go with it. It just makes the most sense. You know, you open up an engram, you get a weapon, a piece of armor, a weapon or a piece of armor, and typically those weapons and pieces of armor have the shader on them.
Right.
I think that's just a good way to go, and just keep it that way. And it gives you, earning the tokens is like a visual representation. Like, you can actually see that you're making progress on earning those new weapons.
Right. Okay.
I don't know a whole lot of people that go into like Crucible when they drop a new Crucible like auto rifle or a new Crucible pulse rifle or something. I don't know a whole lot of people that just go and sit down and grind Crucible just to get the new auto rifle or pulse rifle, you know?
Quite a few.
But the whole point of Iron Banner is to
loot.
Sit down and play the matches and get the new weapons and armor. So I think keeping them on a token-based system is just the way to go.
Right. Okay. So this is how I want to do it. Lego showing that he's raising his hand. I think 3 at a time is going to be my max. So I'm going to have to ask one of you guys to boop. You can stay in the audience, and then I could filter you back through if you want to come back and discuss more.
I am perfectly fine. I'm perfectly fine with dipping out of here. I actually need to get to bed. Getting up early in the morning, 9 miles. Let's get it.
Yeah, I didn't want to have too many people at once, so
yeah.
But yeah, definitely, it's always been a pleasure speaking with you, Professor. Like always.
Absolutely. Y'all have a good night.
You do the same, man. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and bring Lico on in here.
So,
all right.
Kind of carrying on with what I was saying in the chat. They have said, DMG has said on his own. I don't know if I could find the tweet or not. But he said they're trying to keep Saladin with the token-based program because they don't want him to be like Stacks and like the Gunsmith and like all those reworks. They want him to keep the tokens because the tokens are kind of significant in the lore.
Okay, that makes sense then. Okay, awesome. See, that's what we need this for. I'm an idiot, so you guys gotta educate me on this shit.
Bro, I haven't played for a year. I don't know what you talk about.
But yeah, I love learning something new every day. So this works out really well. So
have you guys discussed the new mods that are coming? The new
yeah,
barrier and stuff like that?
Well, Big Nate, this is like his first time in the Discord and all. So, and he wasn't familiar with like the last week's TWAB. Actually, he didn't really know that there was such a thing. So we kind of went over last week's with the changes, and then we kind of went over what everything from yesterday. So,
okay.
But yeah, if you want to throw in your 2 cents, and
I was just gonna say, try and get a good scout rifle that isn't DMT. Preferably one with something like Vorpal. Actually, I don't even know if Vorpal can roll on scout rifles. Something with a damage burst, because we're gonna have anti-barrier scout rifles again.
Yeah, I seen that in TWAB that they're going to be pushing that.
Bro, I am a hoarder in this game. I haven't played for a year, but I hoard everything. Like, I have my inventory right here, and it's probably not as bad as other people, but let's see here while it loads. I had I don't know if you were previously, but I have 7,000 gunsmith materials, So it's quite a bit.
Oh, there you go.
456 enchantment cores. So I don't spend anything basically.
I
So-
just spent all of my gunsmith.
Right. Hang on a second. Ayers, whose volume are you saying? Is it my volume or is it Discord's? The other guys.
I should probably.
He's saying volume FYI. So who knows? I don't know. Did you hear anything awkward, Lico?
Huh?
When you were on YouTube listening in?
Not really. Not too much.
Everything sounded all right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
I didn't see any problems.
Okay.
Basically, I just hoard everything, and so
It's nothing.
I don't really save anything in my vault. I mean, I have guns, but I only have 200 spaces used. And I the only thing I keep are guns that I think are cool or have good rolls. So
Right.
I'm not really hoarder, but I have some decent rolls and stuff.
I envy to be more like you. Because like, holy
Because
shit.
you and Zero, man, you were telling me that you guys are like full on your space and trying to get rid of stuff and whatnot. I'm like, well, what do you guys have in there? He's like, man, I got everything. I got, armor and ships and sparrows and stuff. And I'm like,
Well, no, that would be my boy Zero. He does hold on to ships and stuff, which we explained to him that you don't have to do all that. But for my problem is I'll obtain like several copies of certain weapons and then always try to hold on to, see which one's the best one for PvP and PvE. But
I only usually do 2. I guess the only exception is I have 3 Pardons of Dust, which I thought had pretty decent rolls in all 3 of them. But usually I'll only keep it to like 2 weapons that are the same and just have different rolls.
right.
Sorry, Lico. I hope that kind of like, I don't know, answers just a little bit.
Yeah, we kind of stole the thunder there for a second.
I'm sorry.
We'll just blame it on
It's
Nate.
all good.
It's okay.
I don't
All
mind
right.
it at all.
But yeah, go ahead, Nate. Or Lico. Sorry, wrong one.
Okay, there goes my monitor freaking out. I was just gonna say that, like, get your pulse rifle, not pulse rifles, that's not even what I was saying. What was I?
Scout
I don't remember
rifle.
what I was talking about anymore.
The
Get,
scout
get
rifle
a,
and
get
the,
a good enough
rear
scout
pulse.
rifle.
Yeah.
Besides DMT.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, DMT. I just got that. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, so because, I mean, DMT, it's for a anti-barrier in PvE, unless you got a really good PvE roll, it's kind of a waste of an exotic in PvE. It's more of a, well, yeah, PC
Yeah,
that's
I
a
mean,
waste.
I don't know. Like, so if you have Vorpal, or I'm probably not pronouncing that, but if you have that on a champion, isn't bad because it should activate because it's a yellow bar, right? I mean, Vorpal wouldn't be too bad if you had anti-barrier.
Well, I tried it like with in PvE, and it's kind of meh. Like I could be using something much better, but when it comes to like PvP and you have Vorpal weapon, oh yeah, definitely it shuts down supers like easy.
So with DMT, they tried to make it like, I mean, like Hawkmoon, but Hawkmoon has the same problem in which it can roll with many rolls, but most of the rolls aren't very good. Like for DMT, the Vorpal's pretty good, but it's only super viable in PvP where you'll see lots of supers, or playing like in trials where people try, some like warlocks try and keep their intellect up so they can cast their supers
Right.
and to cancel those out.
So what do you think would be a good role to have on DMT while it's still available for this kind of situation?
If you wanted to PvP, I will always say, I'll always say Outlaw. I love Outlaw. It makes the gun so much better when playing against snipers because you can reload so much faster. But there's another one. There's another role that's really good. trying to remember exactly what it's
4
called.
times the charm.
What
Where if you
I've
keep
seen-
hitting shots, one gets loaded back into the magazine. That one.
Can you? I don't even know if you can get.
Subsistence.
So, yeah, there's
or
subsistence.
4
No,
times the
subsistence
charm,
kills
or-
mulligan.
Yeah, I think it's
Mulligan's really
4 times the
sick.
charm.
Yeah.
Oh, 4
Like
times
it-
the charm is every 4 shots. Can you get that on? I didn't know
Yes,
that.
yes, you can.
Yeah,
What I like
I've
what I
got
like
one.
on my three god rolls, other than of course my outlaw one, would be my Vorpal and my snapshot and my killing wind. And I use my snapshot probably the most
Interesting.
for engaging like close range hip fire, and then quickly switching to long range.
Yeah. I still need to
That's-
take mine into
that's-
Crucible with
that's
the
very
Vorpal. I
different
want to try
from-
it out.
I feel like that's very different from what everyone else would think. Because those just don't seem like, I don't know. I guess the god roll. Everybody thinks of like Vorpal, or am I saying that right? Just want to make sure I'm saying that. Right.
Vorpal. Yeah, Vorpal.
Yeah. So I just think it's interesting. You think those are the 3 god rolls, but I mean, I guess a god roll is kind of whatever you think it is, like whatever works best with you. But
I do have a Vorpal I use a lot. I always prefer my snapshot.
so do you?
Probably
so
just
do you
feels
have
better that
4
way.
copies of DMT then, or how many copies of DMT do you have?
I have, well, the ones I have saved, like my masterworked ones, are not masterworked. Yeah, it is a masterwork because it's the catalyst. I think I have 7 in my vault right now.
Dude,
That's the reason
Oh.
why you
Then-
fill up your vault really fast.
Yeah, my vault is almost full.
yeah, but I like that's one of the cases I could understand though, is because it's like it's one you could repeatedly do. So while you can do it, you might as well get all the rolls. I can see that one,
I need to clear out my Hawkmoons. I have at least 23 Hawkmoons.
dude. What the hell?
And there's at least 3 rolls of like each that are the
Yeah.
same. That's
Disgusting.
why I need to clear it out.
Dude,
Yeah,
I gave up. The one Hawkmoon I
23, oh my god.
1277 Hawkmoon. I kind of gave up on Hawkmoon.
I love Hawkmoon.
Jeez.
Oh, you're gonna be able to. I don't know if you guys discussed this, but you're gonna be able to buy it at Zer.
Yeah,
We want.
yeah. It's going to cost you an arm and a leg, but
Oh yeah, it's gonna cost you an arm and your leg, and it's randomly rolled every.
yeah, it's a
single-
random
every
roll.
week.
But yeah, every week.
Oh, yeah, but you'll find once you find that god roll that week, that's the time you literally like chop off your limbs and sell them.
Yeah.
Get your freaking god roll Hawkmoon.
Oh god. Yeah.
Was Hawkmoon
Hopefully
a
that's
dude?
how it's going to be, and it's not going to be like a mystery RNG.
Oh, if it's a
you know?
random roll, if it's an RNG every time you buy it at Zer, instead of being like roll changes.
It shows you all the rolls that it's
Yeah.
gonna be. Like, yeah.
Hmm
Show
Yeah,
you all
that's-
the rolls.
If it's RNG, I am gonna just not even try.
That's why I'm trying to. That's why I try to get it now before then.
Yeah. One thing I think I heard someone talk about this. I don't remember if it's true or not, but they said they were gonna add DMT and Hawkmoon are gonna get rolls from 30th, like the 30th anniversary and the
Oh,
Season of the
really?
Splicer, the new introduced perks that you got with weapons, like on stasis weapons. They're gonna see
Really?
if they're gonna introduce them on that, like Encore and stuff like that.
Headstone. Maybe?
Headstone. Oh, Headstone would be cancer.
That would be fucking
Return of the
nasty.
Shatter Dive. Headstone's just
Oh,
Return of the
God.
Shatter Dive on DMT.
Basically, yeah.
I am going to be right back. I need to restart my computer because my graphics driver has killed itself.
Oh, you're good.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Man's got 23 copies of Hawkmoon.
Right?
Holy
Oh my
cow,
god.
That's crazy. I only have one DMT, and it's one with Vorpal, bro. I didn't save any other ones. I was like, nah, just give me this one.
Yeah, once you have that one, you're just like, screw the rest. I don't need anything else. Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's crazy, bro.
That's how you fill up your vault so quickly.
Yeah, I guess, man.
Shit like that we do.
Yeah,
I
that's
actually
crazy.
I don't have like 23 of the same weapon, but I'll end up having like, I think the highest number was like 16, 17 of the same weapon.
Dude.
Yeah.
Holy
That
That's
I
crazy.
I lose track on how many I have, and then it's like, well, I need to go through them, and
Yeah,
I've
but
been
also,
trying to get rid of a bunch of them, but trying to especially
I
make room for next season or next DLC.
yeah, I think the amount I have, the highest amount I have is 3, and it's the Pardon Our Dust grenade launcher is what it is.
Right? Yeah, yeah.
I feel
Well,
like
I'd
they're
like
all
to see now. What may change for me is when we see what happens with weapon crafting, if we'll actually have like, if I can tune everything the way exactly how I want it, I will literally go through my whole vault and delete everything, most likely, unless if it's weapons I cannot currently obtain, like certain event weapons or something from like the Dawning or whatever.
Yeah, I see.
Now my question is, that I'm looking forward to when they finally do talk about weapon crafting. Are you going to be able to weapon craft the weapons that you currently own? Will that still interact the same way, or is it
So-
only for new weapons that you obtain after Witch Queen drops?
So, since they're doing all this stuff to the like supers, to the subclasses, I think they are going to let you modify old weapons, because with these subclasses, they could have completely removed them and then made new subclasses, but they chose to rework old ones, and I feel that's how Bungie rolls with stuff like this. I think they're gonna let you change, maybe not exotics and stuff, but I think like certain legendaries and stuff that have been in the game, I think they'll let you recraft them,
Okay.
stuff like that.
Well, here's my other question, since we're on the topic. I've discussed about this in the previous stream, but if they put weapon crafting behind a paywall, like you have to purchase Witch Queen in order to even interact with the weapon crafting table, how would you guys feel about that?
That would almost be my like Bungie, I'm done kind of thing, because I was already a little mad about them. I mean, I'm glad now because it's shown to be truthful. Bungie putting trials behind a
Oh,
but with this, if they do this, there's no real reason for them to do this other than trying to make more money and draw more like microtransactions and stuff. Like trials, I understood they were trying to stop cheaters, but this is just locking something behind a paywall.
well,
I mean,
let me ask. Hang on a second, Nate.
no,
If you wanted to, what would you mean by adding more microtransactions? Like, how would they implement? How would you think that they would implement that if it was behind a paywall?
It's so with Synthweave, like let's use that as a tiny example. No one even noticed really. They made that a whole microtransaction. You can buy Synthweave to make your Titan, Warlock, whatever look better instead of earning it, which is just another way.
But
of
how many
doing
people
what they've been
actually
doing recently.
buy them? I mean, I
dude,
would have to
hope-
actually see the numbers to see like how many people actually buy that stuff, like directly,
Yeah, that's
instead of
true.
just doing the
I've never
bounties.
seen anyone buy it, but it's just
Exactly.
the concept.
Like,
of
but
them.
I know that the concept is there and it's available, but is anybody really paying for it for synthweaves and to be able
Sure
to
hope not.
use? I mean, yeah, the option's there, but nobody uses it, I don't think.
I hope
No, but
not.
it could maybe lead to like a slope of where, I mean, it would depend on sales, but like let's say it's something more enticing that they do, that'd be kind of annoying or messed
Like,
up.
Yeah, like a currency for weapon crafting, which might become an essential in the new, essential meta in this new season.
Okay,
And they
like
put
what
it
kind
behind
of
a paywall.
material? Like kind of like what they do with Synthweave, where you could possibly buy it through the Eververse, but you could also earn it.
So
Is
what
that
I'm
what you're
thinking
trying
is
to
like,
get at?
what I'm thinking is like all the Witch Queen bounties and stuff. Yeah, they'll give you a few. They'll give you a good amount. You can craft your weapons, whatever you want. But then when you run out of that, when you run out of bounties to do, because bounties are daily now, and you want more, you're gonna end up like, and they offer you a chance to buy it. There's gonna be a good amount of people who just fall through and buy this massive amount, so they don't have to grind all these bounties.
Yeah, I
And
think
that's what they're looking for.
I think the one that would maybe be like a better option. I mean, not for us, but for them that they would possibly choose is like crafting materials. Like take ascendant shards, for example. Like crafting those is a bitch, especially if like you're mainly more of a solo player or like you kind of just do stuff by yourself. Like to even get up to 10 enchantment prisms through earning it is ridiculous because most of the solo stuff where that happens is at least right now in the 1320s and not fun to do by yourself. So you'll most likely craft them, and same with the ascendant shard. And it's like, what if they just sold an ascendant shard? You know, like I feel like that's where they would make the most money. It'd be enticing because for a player to be like, well, I could spend all this time crafting it, or just buy a shitload and be fine. I feel like that's kind of where it would be.
I got a question for you guys now that I remembered it. How do you guys feel about the most massive leap in power since D1? Because this is a 2000.
We did discuss about that.
Yeah, 2000 power level gap.
It's going up to 1560 is like the max that you can go. I think without the artifact ? But yeah.
I mean, I'm excited.
I don't know. I mean, it depends. I think I like the idea that they made it to where they're going to make it where once Witch Queen drops, you'll be able to. Everybody starts at 1350.
I do love that idea.
That is a great idea.
Everyone's gonna have to grind.
Yeah.
I know some of the sweat.
But
PvE
I think people need to realize, it's 1560, and it sounds like it's a long way away. But if I read it correctly and I understand it, you have all year to get through that. You literally have all year to get through that.
Well, and also if they keep the blues how it's been, you could easily jump up if they're keeping blues the same.
Well, they're making the changes. They're making the changes to blues.
Well, I mean, to like the power level they drop at though. Like now, like because when I started, I don't remember really what a light level, but it was low. It probably was 1100 because again, I haven't played for a year, or I didn't play for a year. So, but I mean, after a few matches and doing some of the campaigns, I mean, it took me, I don't know, a few days, and I was already at 1200 just because of the blues. And I mean, I knew that's how it worked before. So I'm wondering if it works the same way, if it won't take too long to get to 1500. You know what I'm saying? Like how the jump in blue power is so high.
Well, I think one thing that I know what people are going to do is because it's going to be so high so quickly, I don't know if they're going to make any sort of stops or hard points to kind of slow you down. But I know there's going to be people out there that are going to try to grind till their faces fall off to get to the 1560 before the end of the year. Like they'll try to do it within the first season. It's like, why? I mean, it's really no point. And we don't know what's gonna, like, I'm actually surprised that they're jumping it so high compared to before.
If I am remembering correctly, don't know if I am for sure, but blues are 3, or I mean, world drops are 3 levels higher. Regular, what are they called? powerful drops. Powerful
Yeah.
drops are they are 5, and then pinnacles are 8, I think.
It depends.
I'm not
It could be
completely
I don't even
Amazing.
think it's that dramatic. I think I
And
like.
then once you, no, I'm talking about like before you reach the soft cap, and then once you reach the soft cap, everything drops.
Yeah, I don't know.
Once you reach the soft cap, I think it goes to 1, 3, and 5.
And you don't have, and once you get to like that soft cap, you won't have as many blues dropping on you
Yeah,
because they're still using blues so you could power up, so you can
Mhm.
level your
So
characters.
they're
up.
only from chests and enemies.
So I kind of, what I'm curious about is, okay, if they're making it 1560, and if that includes for the entire year, okay, so within the first season, what's my goal? Like what number am I looking for? Like
Within
what's
the
that
first
max,
season?
like a good comfortable setting until the next season, and then it kind of starts all over again, and we just keep creeping up to that 1560.
for the first season, I 100% know that I will be going for, with how it's looking like, at least, I will 100% be going for at least 1400s within the first season.
That, yeah, that
1400s.
sounds like a good comfortable number right
Maybe,
there.
and then the more I think about it, the more I'm thinking I am probably going to end up
1450 in the
going,
second season, 1500 in the third, and then 1550, 1560 in the final season of Witchcoin. That sounds about right.
honestly, all I'm thinking is
So-
depending on this raid, if I like this raid, I'll end up grinding it. Like I did for Deepstone Crypt, I'll end up grinding it weekly, do it solo, flawless it once a week, so I can get both pinnacles, and then I will probably hop up a lot more. It all depends on this raid.
Hell yeah.
Because if this raid is good, I'm gonna probably grind it like crazy.
Now, is it going to be a returning raid? Or I think it said it's
no.
a new raid. It says new raid.
Yeah, it's an entirely new raid.
Ooh. I think somebody said,
Even-
well, I don't want to do spoilers on here, so I'll keep that to myself. But the area that they said it, the next raid is going to be, so it's not one that's from D1. So it makes sense. But I don't even know if it's even correct or not. It was just something that I seen. But I'm trying to avoid doing any kind of spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I mean, shit, man, I haven't even done Vault of Glass yet.
Yeah, I need to do. I haven't done Vault of Glass entirety. Anytime I've ever done it was they needed me for the final encounter. I was like, well, I kind of want to do the whole thing. I've never done it in D1. But hopefully, once Witch Queen gets closer, maybe I can try to get some of the guys to, carry my happy ass through there.
I could probably, if you ever need a extra one, I could always help you carry you through there.
Bro, I need
yeah.
I need to do every raid.
I need to get a new. I need to
dungeon.
get it. I accidentally freaking dismantled my Vex, which is hilarious.
Oh, why would you do that?
So I don't have a Vex right now.
Well, you can't pull it out of your collection?
I mean, I could, but I don't want to freaking just grind for what's it called. I really don't want to. It's not worth it. I don't use it very much, other than like I use it occasionally during trials. But other than that, I don't touch it.
Oh, I was about to say. I mean, just pull it out of your
Hold on,
collection.
he has a
It's real
reason to do
easy.
the raid, Arm. Shh.
I also really want to do freaking Fog again. Fog is so fun.
What's up, Nate? What'd you say?
You're saying like, oh, go to the collections. It's like, no, be quiet. He wants to do the raid again.
Yeah, okay. I get it. Yeah, sure. Yeah. We'll go with that. We'll go with
Raid
that.
is I like Fog. I liked it in D1.
Oh,
Oh, they had it in D1.
Yeah, it was a returning raid. It's a good raid too. Very much
Hell yeah.
enjoy it.
I never played D1. I think I mentioned that earlier, but I never played D1. And I've played all of Destiny 2 up until Beyond Light and then basically took a year off. So
Yeah.
I played a lot. Of
So, Lico, want to get your opinion on how the blues system is going to be implemented. How do you feel about that?
Oh, I think it's pretty cool.
Like, you feel like
with
once
the-
you get
with
to
the
that soft
blues-
cap?
With the soft count stuff, I don't worry too much about that. The fact that I'm not gonna get spammed after like doing a grandmaster or something like that, the fact that I'm not gonna get spammed with blue items is gonna be so nice.
Yeah.
I always
Oh my God.
I always have to rush to try and clear out my inventory and stuff, like go into dim and clear out my freaking postmasters, so I pick up those purples that I
Right,
wouldn't
right.
get.
Yes.
I remember I
crazy.
missed out. I remember I missed out on a adept hothead yesterday because of that.
Oh no. Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's
I actually
hothead?
got one. I don't know if it's really any good, but it's. I hear
Hothead
it's
is,
like a really
rocket
good
launcher.
rocket launcher.
If you
and
get
I
the if
guess-
you get the good roll, it's so nice.
It's
Yeah.
a rocket launcher.
Yes,
yeah, it's a rocket
launcher.
launcher.
A really good one too.
So how did it? So again, I haven't played for a while, and I haven't really done any super high level strikes. So what are the adepts? What exactly are the differences? And
Adepts
That
come
was good.
with adept mods, which are a set of like a bunch of freaking different mods. I'm not one to
It's an
describe
act-
it. I don't pay too much attention.
It's a like if you get the adept weapon, then you get an extra perk, like an extra slot and extra mods that could be only slotted to that specific weapon. Like I have the like one of my weapons I got from Trials, I believe is the SMG. It's an adept weapon. So
is it the Yar's Wrath or whatever?
I believe so.
Yes. I
Yeah.
hate that. I hate that freaking gun.
I
so
didn't
bad.
like it. I tried
but-
it. I was like, I don't
Time,
like this. But
Oh,
it might
no,
be
you
just
get the
because of the
type-
roll I got.
No, you get those titans is what you get. You get the
Hmm.
titans running up with you with that, and then freaking 100 resilience, and that's what you call pay.
Oh my
Titans, what
God.
you talking about? They're not in my games, bro. It's always hunters and warlocks, bro. I don't play against any Titans if I have that gun.
Yeah.
Gun because I get killed by it way too often. It's annoying.
Yeah. But, hunters, because they got, dodge, everybody wants to freak out over that. It's like, really? You got Titans that can literally tank everything. They're little tanks on two legs, and warlocks that are floating fairies that can heal themselves. Shut up with your the hunters got get out of jail free cards. Shut up. I don't care. It's like,
know what I'm-
leave my dodge alone, all right? Leave me alone.
You know what I'm laughing about right now? Freaking, I was just complaining about a freaking trials weapon. Meanwhile, me in trials right now with freaking DMT. I
Yeah.
can't talk. I'm just as bad as the rest of them.
You have become the monster you despise.
I swore to defeat.
That's
So
why I
what-
keep
what
telling
is-
myself, like, because people give me shit for only having like one character. And it's like, man, I only got time to do one character. I've tried the other two. I didn't like
I've
them.
got all three of mine capped.
I can't do it. Like I just
That's
like,
gonna change
I'd rather
when Switch Stream
play-
comes out.
here's my look at it too. The way I see it is I'd rather be like, I want to master one class than to be good with all three. I'd rather
that.
focus on that one class that I enjoy and it fits my playstyle. And that's the reason
Sounds
why
like-
I only play one character. That's kind of
Sounds
like
like
the
some-
biggest reason.
Excuses.
What?
I said it sounds like someone's making some excuses. That's what it sounds
No,
like.
no. It's no cap here. No cap. All right. It's straight legit. That's how I feel. And
I
that's
know,
my
just-
story, and I'm sticking to it. Thank you very much.
Like I was trying to say, who do you main then?
I main my Titan and my Warlock, but sometimes I'll hop over to Hunter.
Okay.
Whenever,
So
whatever the meta is.
I guess in a PVE situation, who do you usually? Who's like your first pick for all like strictly PVE?
PvP?
PVE. Sorry.
Oh, PvE. If I have two depending on the run, let's say DSC for example, if I've got two Titans with Thundercrack, I will run Warlock.
What is
Always.
DSC?
Deep Stonecraft.
Okay, sorry, I'm not familiar with the acronyms.
It's all good.
So you'd run Warlock, is what you said?
Yes.
Okay, so it's kind of just depending on playlist.
It depends on my surroundings. I barely run Hunter for PvE. I like run it once a year. I don't really. I've never seen a point in using it.
So, especially with my stasis loadout I got, it's really good for PvE. Oh, it's so good. Yes, I got it down. I don't normally play this way, but I actually got it to where, you know, I'm almost like tanking, healing. You know, I'm kind of best of all three. Almost.
Oh, do you have the Glacial Harvest Infinite?
Yeah.
Shattered Eye stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. I hate
that.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's such
it basically I got it set up.
I've basically got the Titan version of that, which is my hammers. If I get 3 kills beforehand, I pull out a tractor cannon whatever boss or whatever I'm going after.
Oh,
and I can
yeah,
one tap
you
with
could
999 damage.
Yeah,
it's almost like the old Worm God.
Yeah, it almost reminds me of when Hunters had the Liar's Handshake meta, where like you could just delete bosses. I literally stayed up all night playing Gambit, doing that, just racking up kills with the bosses. Oh my god, it was stupid. Like, I never played so much Gambit in my life, but I did that night. When I found out, I put that build together, and I was just one swift punch, and just and also it was good because it staggered the primeval, so he can't like attack or anything. He can't move, so I could just sit there and just punch, hit him with the 1-2 punch shotgun, and then keep hitting him, and then eventually he just gets deleted. It's amazing. I loved it, and I miss it, and I wanted to come back.
I just got my 1-2 punch shotgun, and adding that to the combo I just told you is so...
Oh, I bet it's really good with that.
I'll tell you now, if the boss doesn't have a lock, like damage lock, I insta-kill any boss.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, if I can get that,
nice.
set up.
You got hammers of death over
what
here.
You're
just
saying is, what you're saying is you want to do the raid with us. What you're saying, right?
Yeah, easy clears. So we know your loadout.
I mean,
so you're for hire, right?
Gatekeeper doesn't have that lock on it, so in theory I could one-shot it.
He's thinking about it, calculating in his head. He's like, yes.
I'm trying to remember the exact health numbers of the VOG bosses.
That's crazy.
I know in DSC I can 3-shot because all of them have the locked at 3. They all have the 3 damage locks. The 3 phases, that's what they're called.
Yeah. I hate, like, I don't know how I feel about that. I kind of miss just, melting bosses. But like those having phases, like damage phases like that.
Yeah.
And they put up a shield. It's like, just let me melt. Come on now. Like,
That's
could you
exactly
imagine
how I
if they
feel
did
sometimes.
that? Like, I mean, I know the meatball does that, but could you imagine that being a thing in Gambit? Like, you would actually have damage phases. I mean, it would kind of slow things down.
Dude, I mean, Gambit already sucks ass. We don't need to add any more shit to that.
Well, Gambit is getting a rework, so that's a good thing.
I don't like Gambit either.
Gambit is fucking trash now. I'm sorry, Gambit is horrible. I tried to play Gambit for the 3 games, and it was the day I wanted to kill myself. It was horrible. I'm like, this is
Really?
I'm getting stacked against 4-mans. You know, that, or I join my team and it's like 90-10. It's like, what is this?
Were you around
Or
during breakneck?
the best one I had is we're on the primeval. The other team doesn't even have a primeval up. I go in to invade. I get a really shitty spot and then die. And it was a 3-man on my team, and they all just left. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" So Gambit is horrible. I wish they never got rid of ranked Gambit, because then it was actually okay.
Gambit Prime.
Yeah, Gambit Prime.
Yeah,
it's kind of like that anyways. I mean, there's only one round. It's not like where there's 3 rounds.
As a PvP player, I despised Gambit Prime.
Dude. I didn't mind Gambit Prime, and it was nice because and they also added like the armor pieces that you can to enhance the experience, kind of. And it was actually kind of fun. It was just doing the activity in order to earn those armor pieces.
Yeah.
It was, the monotony was just real. It was like, oh my god. And if you were doing it solo, which I did, it could really be nerve-wracking. Like, it's like you would hope that people would know what the hell they're doing at that point, but you get some blueberries that just don't know what they doing.
So, I remember last week, I was saying I absolutely despise the new Trials setup. But honestly, the way they've done Trials now that I've played it for a little while, I'm not too mad about it. I'm actually kind of
like where they
enjoying
have like
fact that you
the
can solo
flawless
queue.
pool.
The flawless pool I don't like. But what trades
don't
out
like-
for that? Oh, I got freaking sniped. The what trades out for that is the fact that you can solo queue now, which is so nice.
Wait, are you playing Trials or a game right now?
Yeah.
What are you playing?
Hey, why not?
No, I just get what
You know, kids these days, man, they just can't sit still and have a conversation.
I mean,
you know,
I gotta get
they
that
gotta keep their
flawless
hands
pool.
moving. You know, they
Gotta
get
get that
Twitch.
flawless.
What are you talking about there, sir? What are you talking about, Gramps? You don't know what you're talking.
Hey, you know, I'm not gonna knock on it, because it's like, hey, what better way to talk Destiny and play Destiny at the same time? You know, it's like you could listen into a podcast about Destiny and you could be playing it. It's just, it's nice.
Heaven.
But I mean, to be honest, guys, I mean, that's kind of like really it. The past week I have not streamed at all, if you haven't noticed, because I was sick with the flu. Started with my son, and he gave it to everybody else, and I was out of it all week. I was out of work, I was out of everything, and I was like, you know what, I don't care what it takes, I am going to put on a show tonight and get back on the grind again, because I really want to stick to my whole, wanting to, keep the stream going, every night, Monday through Friday, so that way we can start building up an audience. And so the more those of you that are watching right now or listening in the background, whenever you guys type in chat, I'll interact with you as well. I'm not going to just talk to the guys that are in my Discord. I'll try to break it up so I can talk to everybody. And also, if you leave a like, it brings more people in. Got to play that algorithm game. So, but yeah, I mean, I know we're going to have a lot more to talk about the closer that we get to Witch Queen, and my money is going to be, the spiciest topic is definitely going to be on weapon crafting. However they're going to implement it, I got a feeling it's going to be hot. It's going to be a hot one. So,
It's gonna be a hot topic.
Yeah.
Can't
It's
wait to see
either
what they do with
it's either going to be behind a paywall, or how you're going to have, or what you're going to have to do in order to grind the pieces or whatever. I'm not sure, but yeah. I know Twitter is going to blow the fuck up over it, I'm sure.
that.
So,
The good old Twitter.
Spicy Twitter.
oh yeah, that's where you got all the juicy bits. That's where I get like some people don't even realize that kind of shit goes on Twitter. It's like, hell yeah, there's all kinds of toxicity going on there. People like threatening the devs' lives, like they're gonna show up at their houses
That's
and shit.
hilarious.
And it's like,
Freaking
what
that
the
one guy who
fuck?
threatened DMT with freaking a bomb. That was hilarious.
DMG,
I mean, that
yeah.
wasn't very hilarious. It was probably really scary, but like,
Yeah.
freaking threatening DMG with a bomb over a freaking video game.
Yeah, like people are just ignorant and stupid. And probably the person don't even play Destiny or hasn't played Destiny since like D1 or some shit. I don't know. That's where like a lot of people, my favorite comments that I see on there is like whenever there's anything that discussed about Destiny, you know, you get that one person that comes in and is like, well, I haven't played Destiny since D1 and I haven't looked back since. And it's like, yet here you are in a Destiny forum or a Destiny Twitter feed, you know, posting your opinion. Okay, but you haven't played in a long time. Okay, that's fine. I guess some people are just kind of waiting out to see if anything kind of changes happen that might suit them. I don't know. But anyways, I think I'm gonna quit my rambling. We've been at it for, you know, a good hour and a half. So but Lico, Big Nate, it's been a pleasure. I really do appreciate you guys, you know, being here with me. And we'll definitely be having another show come Monday night. So hopefully something will happen over the weekend and then we can have something to talk about.
Yeah.
Unless if Lico, if there's like or Nate, if there's a specific topic you'd like to discuss, like you would like to see talked about.
I don't have anything at the moment.
I'd love to
Yeah,
do.
kind-
I'd love to
kind
do.
It'd be like putting you on the spot here.
I'd love to do at some point. Maybe just a discussion. I don't know how much of the lore you guys know about, but I'd love to talk about the lore.
Oh, well, I think I was
Before
telling
the
you
stream talk.
last
You-
week. I
I'll
was
put you in a-
brushing up on my lore last week. Ooh.
Oh yeah, I just finished rereading the Books of Sorrow.
I just need to read the whole thing, or at least
I
find
linked them in
where
the-
I get
linked them
the
in the Discord.
entirety of the story that I can listen to at work.
I can fill you in on how much I know. Absolutely nothing.
If you want a good person to listen to, and Biff is always a good listen. He's got a playlist.
Oh,
I think I
yeah.
listed that in the chat as well.
Yeah, but my name is Bife. He's amazing.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah. But yeah, I highly recommend him. Like the way he reads, and he's got that. I guess he's from Britain or England or something like that. He's got that extra accent, so it just makes it worthwhile. So, all right, boys, I'm going to go ahead and shut up shop. Like I said, it's been a pleasure. So,
Thanks for having me.
if you guys got any final thoughts, you know, I'll let you have the floor for a few seconds.
Don't play Trials. Trials bad. Stay away. I want my flawless.
Yeah, there's his tweet. So
Here's my tweet.
You want me to try to session join you and ruin your trials run?
No, I'm good. Oh, this freaking Dawnblade Warlock is though.
Nate, you got any final thoughts?
No, I don't.
All right. Well,
Brain head empty.
all right. Well, I'm gonna shut it down now. So,
Hey.
See you next time.
yep. All right. Now that's over. Let me just go ahead and I'm gonna put up the 1v1. So, appreciate you guys being here. Those of you that showed up during the live feed. And those of you that will end up watching this later on down the line. I'd like to, the more that people interact and all that kind of stuff, we got to play the, algorithm game, but I want to try to really build this up. So, but if you want to get into my Discord, the link will be in the description, and you might be able to be a part of the call-ins as well. So, but until next time, y'all stay classy.